my steel work. For the fence, the idea with the fence. You know what I realized? I forgot totally that you had to do all of this.
Yeah,
it's going to take you more than a day, don't?
Okay.
No, I'm asking.
Okay.
Because you have to make them first, right?
I'm doing the first.
Okay.
So I press the left one.
Okay. And then you have to attach it in the hole. Oh. Okay. I didn't even see them there. But they still can do, because I bought more than what you asked for. You know? So it can do.
I asked for to buy a bus.
Yeah, I realize that. But the 6 will do.
The 6 will do.
Okay, because some of the times the guys ask.
The steel, the rings. This one. This one.
Oh, so you use that one at the rings?
The rings. I use this one for rings so that the pillar will be hard.
Okay.
Because you are going to use the shifting door. This one. The ceiling one.
The sliding.
The sliding one. So I have to use this one. This is a tenement.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it makes it stronger.
Yes.
Okay. No problem. Yes, so guys, the steel guy, he was referred to me by I spoke in one of my videos about the guy who fixed my generator and his professionalism, right? So I figure whoever he works with would probably have this, and even if he's referring somebody to the people who probably work like he does, because you know, admire like, right? That's my my take on it. So this for the posts, I'm doing 3 of the posts, 2 for the large entry for vehicles, and then the walkway, the gate for walking. So there was 3 columns up, 3 main columns up, and then 2 or 3 rows of blocks from the ground up, from the hole that I dug up, leveling it to the road, and I would have my walkway and the driveway sorted out. And then now when I will work out the rest of the fencing. But if I get that up, it means that I can close off both sides and the back and not be on any back. Well, not both sides, but at least the side that is not on my property, that I have people driving on to get to my property. Alright, so they will be able to drive into my house, my yard, going forward. So as soon as I sort that out, this little makeshift gate that I put around the side, I'm planning to just lock it up. Yeah, in each video I have now, I mentioned my last windows going up, so I have my 2 side windows now. Yes, so this little makeshift gate that I put here, so yeah, I didn't make it to last long, but it does what it's supposed to be. The steel is now gone. Well, the nail, I should say, that had that hook to it, it's there, but I'd have to fix it back. But I tell you the truth, I'm telling you the truth, people, I'm not worrying myself too much about it. So what I plan to do when that is just have it up, fasten it to the ground, and attach another piece of whether board or whatever, fasten it to it and lock this side off. Yeah, like that. Just lock it off. Get something, fasten this side to it, and fasten it to the existing post. Today though, I'm supposed to get some blocks, so I'm hoping about some. I ordered some what you call it now, half hollow, not fully hollow. They didn't have any full hollow because I wanted to use on the posts. I'm using the blocks to build the posts that frame the gate. Yeah, and I'm hoping this space is wide enough for it to drive through and go over there and drop the blocks, right? So that's the updated plan for the gates. I started looking about that, so hopefully I get that sorted out before the money run out, right? Yeah, so I thought I'd show you the steel work I started doing on the fence. For those persons from Jamaica in particular who pay attention to construction in Jamaica we build houses, blocks, cement, steel, and steel is necessity. Because I remember my home in the house I started in Jamaica, the amount of steel I had to purchase. Over here I think they do it a little bit different. I know the columns and so they still put steel in there, but they do in their blocks, the laying of the blocks in Jamaica, we call it, not in Jamaica, in art we call the pattern staggered pattern, right? Let me see if I can show you what, right? In Jamaica we line up our blocks unless we have, like, we're going to turn or we have a short row or something, then it ends up being different. But here, this is how they do it, right? So one block is here, look at this line, then the line below it, the full block ends up in between the top two up here. So we call that design, when I was doing art patterns, we call it staggered pattern. So they do that here and do away with a lot of the steel, because I don't use half as much steel as we use on our house in Jamaica. And this is me talking about my house now and what I have seen of it. If anybody else want to contradict, they're free to. I'm talking about what I have seen on my house. Also, the advices that I have gotten since been here. I was talking about my fence one day, and one other Ghanaian said to me, when I was talking about the price of or how many steel I needed, and they say you don't need to put steel any at all. Whether for the column, or I was saying, yeah man, for the column. They say no, you do not need to put steel for the column. So here it's a choice. I figure a lot of diasporans feel more comfortable because there's always the thought that if the steel is not there to reinforce and hold, the rain come, if the rain come hard enough, it's likely that it will wash it away, and nobody wants to build fence for thousands of dollars and it's, you know, and it wash away. And it's not me now telling anybody not to use steel or they have to use steel. I'm just saying, please. So I wasn't comfortable with not using steel, right? I may go with half and half because I told the mason who is coming that he should use half hollow blocks with the solid blocks, and they know how to do that. It makes it stronger because the solid blocks are good, very good. It makes a house strong, and how they do it, I don't see a problem with how they do it, you know. But it was fascinating finding that out here. The fact that you can build a stand, I think X, with the same kind of holding pattern, and drop your polytang on top of it. That was another suggestion I was given when I was discussing the whole idea of putting up my tank, and the cost. So they say you don't have to buy steel to do it, but in not buying this, no, I shouldn't say that. You still need steel, but you wouldn't need as much, because then the base, you'd X the base, no steel, and then for the top you cast the top so that you can have a solid foundation for it. The only reason I wouldn't do it that way is that I don't want to use my materials and I don't have it for a dual purpose. That's why I'm hesitating on the polytank stand. I seriously want it to be a storeroom, because the further along the house goes, the less I want to use the laundry as a store. You can't anyway, So all of those things store in the living room, and so all of those things will eventually have to come out. So they have to go somewhere. I can't put them in the chicken coop. I'm hoping to find the right opportunity to get some more chickens, especially layers, and broiler they call them. Whatever, the ones I can cook and eat. Can't remember me the name, yeah. So I am looking forward to doing that. So I don't even think I have enough space, much as to be putting stuff in there. And who wants chicken poo and the cement and the tools and things like that, you know? So it may be able to be used temporarily, but not for long term, and it depends on how many things I have to stop here. Right? So I think that's what I have to say about the steel work going on. Going to be doing a video going forward on the start of the work on the fence, as well as next week I should be having the wiring done for the house. And the wiring now is going to be interesting because the persons who were referred to me to do my the piping and so on, putting in the boxes in the wall and so on, there were a number of things that they left undone, and there were some things that I just didn't think of, and they got away with leaving, collecting. I think the gentleman didn't want to come back for 2 days, and it was getting late, so whatever was left done, they just left. So by the time I went around and checked and so on, none was on the veranda. There were other things that they were supposed to do, and it just wasn't done. So everything I talk about, I don't really blame them totally, you know, myself, but then I don't know. So hopefully, as I say each time I do these videos, you guys are aware of what to look for, what hopefully you don't miss for your place if you go this route. And I am aware that everybody is going to go that route. There are problems with going this route, and that is not just the workman thing for single women who are struggling to get their things up and do their own thing. There's the constant mess in the place. So those persons who, OCD persons definitely can't do it this way. I know we have OCD persons. We can't do it this way. But that's it. And I'll show you the finished work. So Michelle here again in Ghana, sharing with you my experiences in Ghana as I build and live. So I'm living and building and living. Doesn't matter which way you go, right? All right, I'll see you in another video.